everyone, and welcome once again to Caleb Blake's Books. Today I have my end of the month update for August of 2025, talking about the books that I read this month, talking about how things are going with the channel, all that kind of thing. So first things first, as far as the books that I read this month, I unfortunately did not complete my TBR this month. I did add a couple extra books that I did on audiobook. As I said in my TBR video, I was going to set aside a couple of audiobooks that I was going to have on my TBR, and anything else that I listened to I was just going to kind of tack on as extra. So I did have that, but I did not unfortunately get to everything that was actually on my TBR, and I am recording this a couple days ahead of time, but I don't think I am gonna get to really any of the stuff that I have not already gotten to. I might be able to start something, but I'm probably not gonna finish it. So yeah. But as far as what I did read this month, I began the month by finishing up a couple of my August reads, which were The Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne, which I really liked. It was really solid. I don't think I liked it as much as the first book, but it was still pretty good. Really good action, really nice kind of world building and atmosphere and things like that. Good book. I enjoyed it. And then also finishing up Children of Dune by Frank Herbert, the third Dune book, which I really, really liked. That was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, that was a really good one. So as far as the stuff that was actually on my TBR this month, so first things first, I read the fourth Bloodborne graphic novel, which is called The Veil Torn Asunder, which I really, really liked. One of my favorite Bloodborne graphic novels so far, I think. It's hard for me to say between the second one, which was called The Healing Thirst, between that one and this one, which one was my favorite, but I really liked both of them. And interestingly, it seems like the reception to the fourth graphic novel, the one that I read this month, is less positive than some of the others. It seems like, you know, on places like Goodreads and stuff, and in like kind of the general Bloodborne community, seems like people really liked the first two and then didn't care that much for 3 and 4. I didn't care too much for 3, but I thought 4 was fantastic. It was like exactly what I would want from a Bloodborne graphic novel, so had a really good time with that. I also read the first book in the Frith Chronicles by Shami Stovall, which is called Nightmare Arcanist. This is one that she sent to me earlier this year, so I checked it out, and I enjoyed this one as well. Pretty solid book. Really good, cool like world building stuff, some good plot elements, really good kind of beginning to the story. Like the first part of the book was really, really well done. Some good character stuff, things like that, good dialogue. Generally a very entertaining book. I didn't think it didn't blow me away, but it was a very fun, entertaining, and enjoyable book, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. Another good indie book to recommend. So that one was pretty enjoyable as well. Then I also did, for some of my audiobooks, I did Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the novelization of the video game of the same name, which I enjoyed as well. Didn't like... You know, the story of Brotherhood is one that I enjoy in the video game, and it's presented well in the book. Nothing spectacular in my opinion. Like, it's a good story, but what I tend to look for in novelizations is for them to expand on the story and add more stuff. This felt pretty much just like kind of similar to what happened with Renaissance, which is the novelization of Assassin's Creed 2. It felt very much like just taking the story of the video game, presenting it in prose form, and adding really nothing else to it. So if you are someone who is a fan of the game and wants a refresher in like a different medium, or if you're someone who's never played the game, then I'd recommend checking it out. But if you're like a huge mega fan of Assassin's Creed, then I wouldn't necessarily say it's essential reading by any means, but you know, it was pretty decent. Then I had another video game tie-in book, which was The Elder Scrolls The Infernal City, which is the first book in the Elder Scrolls duology. It doesn't really have an actual name to it for some reason. But I read that on audiobook this month as well, and I thought it was all right. Didn't think it was that great, but it was pretty okay. Really cool world building, especially. I really loved the world building stuff to it. Some good character moments, some good plot moments, things like that, but overall didn't leave that big of an impression on me, which was kind of unfortunate because it was written by Greg Keyes, who wrote 3 of my favorite New Jedi Order books in the Star Wars New Jedi Order series. So was a little disappointed by that, but it was still okay. So unfortunately, even though I have generally enjoyed everything I read this month, none of it has been like super absolute top tier for the most part. There have been a couple standouts. One of those was the Bloodborne graphic novel. The other one is one of the extra books that I put on for audiobook, which I think is the only book that I'm talking about in this video that has already had the review come out, or at least one of the only ones, because I've been scheduling my reviews out all the way through next month. But I did read Isles of the Emberdark by Brandon Sanderson, the brand new Cosmere book, which was the 5th secret project that was released alongside his leather-bound of Words of Radiance. And I loved that book. That was definitely my favorite thing I read this month. Really, really fun book, very entertaining, especially as a big fan of the Cosmere. Like, it has a lot of Cosmere stuff in it, which is cool, but even that aside, it was just a really enjoyable, really fun book to read. Definitely, you know, one of my, probably my favorite book that I read this month, and one of the most fun times I had reading a book this month. And really enjoyed that in general. My review for that, like I said, is already up, so you can go check that out if you want. Yeah. As far as the rest of my TBR, there are 2 books that I am currently, at time of recording this, still working on. One of those is Taliesin by Stephen R. Lawhead. This is the first book of the Pendragon cycle, and I am, right now, at time of recording this, almost done with it. Haven't quite finished it yet. By the time this video comes out, I'll be finished with it. Pretty good so far. I have enjoyed it. It's been kind of slow going. I've been working on it since, like, the 3rd or something like that, so I've been reading it for like 3 weeks now, at least, but has been pretty enjoyable. There's been some plot moments that I've enjoyed. There's some good character stuff in there. Really love the prose. Like, I don't know if I would say, like, to me, the prose almost feels like Tolkien-esque in a way, and for me that's high praise, because Tolkien is arguably my favorite author when it comes to his prose style. So I really love the prose in this book. But the character stuff, the plot, all that kind of thing, you know, there's some things here and there that I really like, but overall it's, you know, just pretty decent, and I'm enjoying it. But it's, like, again, it's kind of similar to a lot of the other books I've read this month. Not, like, mind-blowing, but still pretty enjoyable. The other one I'm working on is Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence, which I am so far having a pretty decent time with. Again, not loving it, but having a good time with it. Definitely fits the grimdark label that I've seen a lot of people give it. But having some interesting stuff going on. Some interesting stuff going on with the plot. Some interesting world-building things going on. So having a decent time with that one as well. Both of those I intend to finish before this video comes out, but as far as anything else that I'm going to be reading, I don't know exactly what I'm going to get to, or if I will get to anything else. So I had some other stuff on my TBR, like The Restaurant at the End of the Universe by Douglas Adams, or Soul Music by Terry Pratchett, or the second Star Wars Dark Nest book. I don't think I'm going to get to any of those. I might be able to start one, but I'm probably not going to get to those this month, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to push that off to September or read those some other time. I haven't quite decided yet. But yeah, so didn't get to those this month, which is unfortunate. Yeah, and it's possible I may also add in one more audiobook at the end, like the tail end of the month. But again, I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be if I do so. So that wraps up pretty much everything that I read this month. I did actually do a pretty good-sized book haul this month, but I'm going to save that for its own dedicated video. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be coming out probably sometime in September. Yeah, so that's kind of the book stuff taken care of. So as far as things with the channel are concerned, things are going well. We are at time of recording this, very close to reaching 1,000 subscribers. It's possible that I'll hit it by the time this video comes out, but I think probably not that likely. But as of time of recording this, we are at 990 subscribers, which is amazing, very exciting, and I'm very happy to see that. Happy to see the kind of pretty consistent growth the channel's had over the last year or two, and had some cool stuff on the channel this month as well that I have been very excited about. Of course, the Isles of the Emberdark review was really fun to talk about. I also had a Stormlight Archive ranking that I've been planning to do for months, and I finally got up on the channel this month. And yeah, so things on the channel generally going pretty well. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to talk about. The only other thing that I have to mention is something that I don't know for sure is going to happen, but is something I am considering, is I am considering either in September or October increasing the output of videos on this channel. I don't know for sure if I'm going to do that because, frankly, this month has been a little bit less in terms of my reading than I'd hoped it would. I guess I bit off a little more than I could chew, or I just didn't set as much time aside for reading. But so I don't know exactly when that'll be going into effect, or if it is. I assume it will be, but I don't know for sure. But I am considering, now that I am doing audiobooks and things like that, and have been able to almost double the amount of reading that I've been doing each month generally, at least last month. And this month I've probably not quite doubled, but certainly had a good amount more reading than I would have otherwise. I am considering increasing the channel videos each week from 2 to 3. I don't know when that'll be happening, but I assume that will be happening either in September or October. So you can be looking forward to that. That's something I'm thinking about doing. It's probably going to happen sometime soon. I just don't know when. So that may happen in September, may happen in October, but I think one of those months that's gonna happen. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. So let me know in the comments if you've read any of the books that I've talked about in this video, what you thought of them, if you have read them, if you enjoyed them, if you didn't, whatever you thought, or if you're interested in any of them, and if you read anything cool this month, let me know down in the comments as well. So that's pretty much it for this one. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.